What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success, and what we're going to talk about right now is trademarking your clothing brand. If you're just getting started, should you invest the money in trademarking your brand to protect it, or should you wait a bit, save that money, and invest it in other things that will help fuel your clothing brand? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Let's get into it. This video here is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd, and if you need designs made for your clothing brand, I highly recommend you check out Design Crowd. Design Crowd's a website that helps entrepreneurs crowdsource amazing designs from designers all around the world. For a special $100 VIP offer for Apparel Success viewers only, head over to www.designcrowd.com/apparel to learn more, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so to start out this video here, I just want to let you know that I am not a lawyer and that this information that I share with you is just based off my own experience, trademarking my own clothing brand, K-Bud Apparel, okay? We've trademarked our brand, so I'm basically sharing with you all the information around my experiences with you, all right? So what I wanna start out by saying, really quickly right off the bat, is that if you're just starting out and you don't have any orders yet, you're not making a lot of sales, I suggest that you do not start out by getting your clothing brand trademarked, okay? The reason for this is because when you're just starting out your clothing brand, you probably only have $1,000 or $2,000 to invest into your clothing brand to start, and that's pretty much how much it costs to trademark your clothing brand, okay? So when you're just starting out, it's just so unnecessary to get your clothing brand trademarked. If you're not making any sales, if you're not getting any orders, nobody's gonna wanna copy you anyways if you're not getting any orders, and it's just not really important, okay? Once you move up and you start getting 50 to 100 orders a month coming in on your website and you're selling that much, every single month, then you might think about actually taking some of the money that you're making, some of the profits that you're making, and investing it into a trademark. So what I want to say here is that although I'm suggesting not getting a trademark from the very beginning when you're just starting up to save money so that you can actually invest it into other things, I do think that at a minimum, you should at least be researching and checking out to see if other brands have already been created that have a similar idea to yours or are using similar words to yours, okay? Because you definitely don't want to invest all your time and invest all your money building a brand if there's already a brand out there who's trademarked already, okay? So I think what's most important off the bat is to actually do your research and see what else is out there in terms of what's already been trademarked, what are other people already doing. So I said that at an absolute minimum, if you have an idea for a clothing brand, you have to be doing research first to make sure that no other clothing brands have done this idea before, okay, and have already taken your idea. That's an absolute minimum, is researching online and researching other clothing brands to see if your idea has already been taken. If you want to take this to a whole other level without actually having to spend the money investing into a full-blown trademark for your clothing brand, you can do a trademark search, okay? You can either get a lawyer to do this or you can do it online, and it's way less expensive than actually going forward with full-blown trademarking your clothing brand. And this will just ease your mind and allow you to know that nobody else out there has already trademarked the name of your clothing brand in your region, and you're good to actually invest the time and energy into your clothing brand. Now, if your clothing brand is at the point where you're making, say, 50 to 100 sales a month, whether it's in person or online, and you do want to trademark because you feel like you're actually gaining that momentum and you're like, okay, now I definitely want to protect this. The beauty of it is, if you do decide to trademark, you usually don't have to pay it all up front, okay? So most law firms that you end up working with won't charge you all up front for the trademark. They'll usually charge you half up front, half at the end. And that's what we did. I think it was like $600 or $700 when we started. And then now that our trademark just went through, we owe another, $1,000 or whatever it is at the tail end of it, okay? But that's just my really simple advice on trademarking. I think that if you're just starting up, you're just getting started, the idea to trademark from the very beginning is almost just as much of a mistake as investing in a crazy amount of inventory when you just don't even know how the market's going to respond to your clothing brand yet, okay? And that is a mistake that we made, not with the trademark, but with the inventory. We were just way too excited. We had, we were just way too fired up about our clothing brand and we invested way too much money in the inventory, and it's like, even if we'd sold through all of our inventory, you know, we could have just reinvested in more then and gotten it. It's just way too much risk that's unnecessary, okay? So if you're just starting up, don't freak out and think that you need to trademark and do all this stuff. Just keep growing your brand, and then when it gets to the point where, you know, you should trademark and you're gaining some momentum, then you'll usually have the money, and that's when you go through with it, okay? I hope you liked this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass video. It's 100% free to watch. All you have to do to get access is go to www.apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. You can watch the whole thing for free. And if your clothing brand is currently struggling right now, you want me to go over everything, give you my feedback and suggestions for how you can bring your clothing brand to the next level, you can sign up for a clothing brand review at www.apparelsuccess.com. Otherwise, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Peace.